Sennacherib's Annals are the annals of the Assyrian king Sennacherib. They are found inscribed on a number of artifacts, and the final versions were found in 3 clay prisms inscribed with the same text. The Taylor Prism is in the British Museum, the Oriental Institute Prism in the Oriental Institute of Chicago, and the Jerusalem Prism is in the Israel Museum in Jerusalem. The Taylor Prism is one of the earliest cuneiform artifacts analyzed in modern Assyriology, having been found a few years prior to the modern deciphering of cuneiform. The Annals themselves are notable for describing his siege at Jerusalem during the reign of King Hezekiah. This event is recorded in several books contained in the Bible, including Isaiah chapters 33 and 36, 2 Kings chapter 18 verse 17, 2 Chronicles chapter 32 verse 9. The invasion is mentioned by Herodotus, who does not refer to Judea and says the invasion ended at Pelusium on the edge of the Nile Delta. Description and discovery. The prisms contain 6 paragraphs of cuneiform written Akkadian. They are hexagonal in shape, made of red-baked clay, and stand 38.0 cm high by 14.0 cm wide, and were created during the reign of Sennacherib in 689 BC or 691 BC. The Taylor Prism is thought to have been found by Colonel Robert Taylor in 1830 Nineveh, which was the ancient capital of the Assyrian Empire under Sennacherib, prior to its initial excavation by Botta and Layard more than a decade later. Although the prism remained in Iraq until 1846, in 1835 a paper squeeze was made by the 25-year-old Henry Rawlinson, and a plaster cast was taken by Pierre-Victorien Lotin in c. 1845. The original was later thought to have been lost, until it was purchased from Colonel Taylor's widow in 1855 by the British Museum. Another version of this text is found on what is known as the Sennacherib Prism, now in the Oriental Institute. It was purchased by James Henry Breasted from a Baghdad antiques dealer in 1919 for the Oriental Institute. The Jerusalem Prism was acquired by the Israel Museum at a Sotheby's auction in 1970. It was only published in 1990. The 3 known complete examples of this inscription are nearly identical, with only minor variants, although the dates on the prisms show that they were written 16 months apart. There are also at least 8 other fragmentary prisms preserving parts of this text, all in the British Museum, and most of them containing just a few lines. The Chicago text was translated by Daniel David Luckenbill, and the Akkadian text, along with a translation into English, is available in his book The Annals of Sennacherib. Significance. It is one of 3 accounts discovered so far which have been left by Sennacherib of his campaign against the Kingdom of Israel and Kingdom of Judah, giving a different perspective on these events from that of the Book of Kings in the Bible. Some passages in the Hebrew Bible agree with at least a few of the claims made on the prism. The Bible recounts a successful Assyrian attack on Samaria, as a result of which the population was deported, and later recounts that an attack on Lachish was ended by Hezekiah suing for peace, with Sennacherib demanding 300 talents of silver and 30 talents of gold, and Hezekiah giving him all the silver from his palace and from the temple in Jerusalem, and the gold from doors and doorposts of the temple. Compared to this, the Taylor Prism proclaims that 46 walled cities and innumerable smaller settlements were conquered by the Assyrians, with 200,150 people and livestock being deported, and the conquered territory being dispersed among the 3 kings of the Philistines instead of being given back. Additionally, the prism says that Sennacherib's siege resulted in Hezekiah being shut up in Jerusalem, like a caged bird, Ezekiah's mercenaries and Arabs deserting him, and Hezekiah eventually buying off Sennacherib, having to give him antimony, jewels, ivory and laid furniture, his own daughters, harem, and musicians. It states that Hezekiah became a tributary ruler. On Sennacherib's Prism, he says this of Hezekiah: "As for the king of Judah, Hezekiah, who had not submitted to my authority, I besieged and captured 46 of his fortified cities, along with many smaller towns, taken in battle with my battering rams. I took as plunder 200,150 people, both small and great, male and female, along with a great number of animals including horses, mules, donkeys, camels, oxen, and sheep. As for Hezekiah, I shut him up like a caged bird in his royal city of Jerusalem. I then constructed a series of fortresses around him, and I did not allow anyone to come out of the city gates. His towns which I captured I gave to the kings of Ashdod, Ekron, and Gaza." The tribute given by Hezekiah is then mentioned, but in this account, nothing is said of Sennacherib capturing the city of Jerusalem.